They say there's a world beyond our own, a world that hides in shadows and whispers in silence, the world of the Jennies or Jinn. But not all Jennies are evil. Sometimes light exists even in the darkest corners. This is the story of a battle between a good Jinn and a wicked one. In a forgotten village, there stood an abandoned house. People said it was cursed, haunted. But the truth was far more terrifying. Salim, a fearless 17-year-old, dared to enter. He laughed at the legends. But once he shut that creaking door, the air turned cold. And then the whispers began. Whispering voice, "You shouldn't have come, human." That's when he saw him, a genie named Ridwan. A guardian of balance, a genie who protected humans from the darkness. Ridwan, gentle voice, "You've awakened something ancient. Now you're in danger." But it was too late. The evil genie, Saghban, had been waiting for centuries. Born of hatred, fueled by chaos. He had returned. Saghban, deep, terrifying voice, "This world will be mine. No one can stop me." The battle began not with swords but with energy, power and faith. Ridwan stood between Saghban and Salim, but Saghban was too powerful, until Ridwan shouted, "Ridwan, Salim, say what I tell you. Recite Ayat al-Kursi." Salim, panicking, "Allah, there is no deity except Him, the ever-living, the sustainer of existence." Music shifts, divine, radiant tones. Narrator, a light broke through the darkness, and Saghban began to scream. Saghban screaming, "Ooh!" Explosion of light, silence, and then silence. Saghban was gone. Banished back to the shadows. Ridwan softly, "You saved yourself and your world." From that day on, Salim was never the same. He no longer doubted unseen. He knew now, not all Jennies are evil. Some are protectors, but there are those who seek only to spread darkness and fear. Hiding in the spaces we fear to look, waiting for a chance to break free. But if you open your eyes to their world, if you dare to face the shadows, perhaps you will see that there is beauty in the unseen, wonder in the unknown. For the world of the Jennies is a reflection of our own. A reminder that darkness and light exist side by side. It's up to us to choose which path to follow. Once upon a time, in a world much like ours, but touched by magic, there lived a young woman named Zara. She grew up hearing tales of the Jinni, elemental beings of immense power that dwelled in the hidden realms, shaping the world and the lives of mortals with their unseen hands. Some Jinn were benevolent, bringing good fortune and aiding those who respected them. Others were tricksters, delighting in chaos and mischief. And then there were the malevolent Jinn, whose hearts were filled with envy and hatred for humanity. They craved the world for themselves, seeking to banish humankind and rule over the land. Zara's world was thrown into turmoil when a great calamity struck, causing widespread destruction and despair. People blamed each other, searching for someone to hold responsible for the tragedy. But the truth was far more sinister. The calamity was the work of a powerful and vengeful Jinn named Israel. His plan was simple, yet devastating. By causing chaos and suffering, he hoped to weaken humanity, to make them vulnerable to his sinister designs. As the world reeled from the disaster, Azazel took his chance. He unleashed plagues, famines and wars upon the land. Reveling in the misery he created, people's faith in one another crumbled. Friends turned against friends, families were torn apart, and hope seemed to flicker and die in the face of such overwhelming despair. Amidst this darkness, Zara remained resolute. She refused to let the Jinni's evil consume her. With the help of a wise old mage, she embarked on a perilous journey to find the legendary Orb of Azar, an artifact of immense power that could banish the Jinni back to their realm forever. But Zara's quest was fraught with peril. Not only did she have to contend with the physical challenges that lay in her path, she also had to confront the despair and hopelessness that threatened to engulf her. The Jinn had woven their magic so deeply into the fabric of the world that even hope itself had become a casualty of their machinations. Yet Zara pressed on, driven by her determination to restore balance to the world. Finally, after a long and arduous journey, she located the orb and with it, the power to banish the Jinni. The moment she grasped the orb, its power surged through her veins, filling her with strength and resolve. The Orb of Azar glowed brightly, bathing the surrounding area in a warm, inviting light that seemed to push back the encroaching darkness. As Zara raised the orb high above her head, its light intensified, becoming a beacon of hope in the midst of despair. And then it happened. The earth trembled beneath her feet as the Jinni were forced back into their realm, their wails of frustration echoing across the land. But in that moment of triumph, Zara knew that her journey was far from over. The damage done by the Jinni would take generations to repair. People's trust in one another had been shattered and the wounds of betrayal ran deep. So Zara didn't just banish the Jinni. She became a symbol of hope for humanity. She traveled the land, healing the sick, comforting the grieving, and helping people to rebuild their lives. Slowly but surely, she restored faith in humanity, reminding everyone that even in the darkest of times, the light of hope always shines through. And that's the end of our spooky tale. If you enjoyed this chilling narrative, don't forget to share your thoughts. And for more spine-tingling stories, stay tuned. Until next time, happy haunting.